Hello everyone, Krydex here, and welcome back to pYanodon's Season 3. So, we have some exciting changes. LTN got an update, and let me tell you what. There's a no loading manifest button now. When checked, trains will not have to fulfill their loading manifest to be able to leave. For example, this is useful if the requested goods might no longer be available because they could have spoiled. Why didn't this patch come out a month ago? It's so good, but it's so late. Well, it's not so late. I mean, if this had come out another month from now, it would have been even worse. But all that to say, we now have a way to handle spoilable goods with a train. We have a way to force trains out of stations. This enables another, we can also do multi-providing with, without locked slots. I mean, this fixes multiple issues. So unfortunately, it means we're gonna have to do some more train design. And when I say unfortunately, it's also kind of fortunately, because I find that kind of stuff fun. And it's not quite as arcane as this nonsense, so I think most of you enjoy me designing train loading stuff a little bit more than the bot mall stuff, maybe. Anyway, all that to say, I'm pretty excited about the no loading manifest solution. Obviously, I will just mix it with the circuit condition or the inactivity. Inactivity, let's see. I'm trying to think of if that works the best with this one. Probably circuit condition works the best, and then you just measure and you send the green check mark and then it heads out. I'm trying to think of, though, what exactly. So inactivity would work with spoilage if the items happen to get spoiled like while the train was being loaded. That should work, because then eventually the train's just full and it leaves anyway, and it ends up with some fluorospalenin or jerky on the other end, if we're talking about two of the more common spoilables. For circuit condition, we'd have to check the train's like total inventory. Yeah, I don't know. There's a couple options, but it does mean we can deal with spoilage without needing to do these complex systems that force... Where were we doing that a minute ago? I was just doing it. Where was it? I already forgot what it was. It was manure. Yeah, right here. Right here, this guy offloading a manure every once in a while. So I could just remove this. Obviously, I would need to remove rich clay from this thing, because it'll accumulate over time. But we can just wait until it spoils into rich clay, and then we can have a system that just has the train leave once the total items... I don't even... we'd have to think about exactly how we'd want to do it. Like, would I want it to leave... Basically, I'd want it to wait until all the items added together. Like, let's say it came to get 1,000 manure, and it ends up with one of the manure stacks like spoiling as it's being loaded somehow, and so it ends up with 900 manure and 100 rich clay. I would want it to leave at that point. That would be the point at which I'm like, hey, you're fine. Yeah, you ended up with some spoiled stuff, but that's fine. But this system is also nice because it keeps things fresh, right? Like, which is kind of a nice situation that if we just let stuff spoil in here, it doesn't keep anything fresh, and we might be sending stuff that only has 5 minutes left on the timer. So we do end up with more spoilage on the other end if we don't use a system like this. I don't know. This system isn't that complex, to be fair, and it kind of guarantees that, like, I don't know. We'll consider continuing to do it, but how's manure going, by the way? Manure is still not quite caught up. All the buildings are running though, which is good news. Okay. So, anyway, what were we doing at the end of the last episode? I don't even really remember. We got the bot mall, a couple more kinks ironed out. I'm pretty happy with how it's all working. There's this whole nonsense. I just don't even know anymore. I just don't even know anymore. So then there's a part of me that also wants, like, when I come up with a specific request, don't we want it to show up in like a buffer chest maybe? Yeah, and we can set that to the same group that one of these is on. Yeah, I'll probably do something like that. So we'll have like a buffer chest combo with a one of these guys, and that will set requests. Uh-oh. Come on. Wait, maybe this works? You can't set requests and read contents. Which doesn't make sense, because you can set recipe and read contents here. Wait, if you set... I don't even know. Maybe... I guess... But the building can have contents... Could it set its own recipe to the fuel that's inside of it? I don't even know. I think buildings ignore their own signals though, don't they? Or do they not? I can never remember. Like if we have an inserter that... This is so tricky. Here. Let's devise a little bit of a system here. So let's do... You're gonna read on pulse, and then that's gonna set filters on you. So it does only set the filter for a moment. No, it does see its own... Okay. It's seeing its own hand contents to maintain the filter while it's holding the item. Interesting. Okay. That was a good test. Anyway, what I want to find out is if I add something... Like, let's take 10 fluid mining drills out of here. Let's add them to here. And I want to see if that ends up triggering us making more, or if everything works out okay. Oops. Oh. Okay, I lucked out. It actually works. So this system will work. Great. Okay, well that makes me feel really good about that. There was a part of me that was convinced that somehow it was gonna like trigger making 10 more of them, but it just hashtag works. We just set a request. We don't read its contents because its contents are already being read by the network contents here. So I guess that's what's saving us, is that the buffer chest is still considered in the network. So that way we can make a logistics group. So this is going to be our process. We're going to make a new group. Temp crafting A. And then we can basically put whatever we want in here. So I can be like, I want Tuuphra plantations. I want 10 of those. You know, I want some extra soil extractors. And we just get to make our wish list. And then I want 5 pump jacks. We make our wish list, and then we can turn this on to temp crafting A. It's interesting this doesn't search like while you're typing in. It doesn't narrow down the menu. And then we do that and turn it on, and then oh shoot. Wait, does that work? No. It doesn't. No. It only works for the things we have. It doesn't work for the things we don't have. How do I feel about that? Because I'm trying to think if I care. Because should I just automate everything that ends up being requested anyway? To have some baseline buffer of all the things? I kind of feel like we should just have a baseline buffer of all the buildings. Maybe not a huge buffer, but at least a baseline. So that makes me kind of think that we should have, I don't know, just like 5, you know? Tuuphra plantations or something. We're gonna need a lot of new crap though. Also, someone mentioned maybe making steam engines down here, and as much as I hate to say I should have thought of that, I should have thought of that. I should make steam engines down here. It's just gonna save me a lot of hassle. So I'm gonna do that. I think having the bot mall is great, but like also having, you know, a semi-consistent situation where we're not constantly making steam engines is gonna help the bot mall. Like, I trust in the bot mall, but not like an insane amount of trust. Just a little bit of trust. So I don't want it to have to make steam engines. So we'll go to like 200 steam engines here. Okay, so we'll just do steam engines there, and now steam engines will no longer be here. And then that will help a little bit with that. And what else were we gonna make? I swear there was something else we thought of recently. Steam engines, maybe burner drills. They go into soil extractors, wood, and fluid mining drills go into screeners, which we need. Yeah. I think burner drills would be another good one to have. So we'll have a little spaghetti section down here. I can live with that. So this will do these guys, and these guys. I guess we can do that, so that way we don't need another space. Do that, we do that, we do this. 400 seems a bit much for those, maybe 200. I love filter helper. It even catches on to the fact that this one, does it work even if this is not that way? It still sees burner drills. Somehow it knows. It might be because it's next to an assembler, or because it's reading the logistics need from that one. I don't know, but either way, it's great. Either way, it's great. Okay, so that gets burner drills and steam engines done. What about electric drills? How many places are those used? Not a million, and they're mostly used for things I'll need fewer of, like actual power plants. The centrifuges, I guess, come up somewhat regularly, and the oil burners, and the electric boilers. Oh. When I think about it that way, maybe they're worth doing too, but they require circuits, which I don't have down here yet. But I can always do a requester chest for it, so... Yeah, I feel like these, I'm happy to buffer just because they're such a commonly needed building. For lots of other buildings that also are needed for other buildings. So... This one then gets its own requester chest. On channel, everything's on channel 1. Go to 50. You're gonna request circuits. Maybe 30. Yeah, that should be plenty. Okay. I think I'm happy with all that, and now we can remove these guys. I'm just gonna have 25 of those backed up. Alright, so anyway, back to my idea here. Do I care about it making new things that we've never made before? No, I think I don't want that, because there's a chance that that freezes up the bot network anyway, because I don't have the ingredients for it. Like, Tuuphra plantations are gonna freeze things up, because I don't have intermetallics. I don't have tin. No, I do have tin, I'm just not unloading it yet. We need tin plate. $1,000. And then we need intermetallics and limestone. Well, I got good news for you. I got good news for you, bucko. Limestone is as easy as this. Now, it's not very fast limestone, but 1,400 an hour should be enough for all the various buildings that need it. And then intermetallics are not being requested, and they need to be. Oops. Well, that's a lot of intermetallics. Oh, geez. Which we don't have, if you remember. I don't even know. Do we have it on train? Did we ever put it on trains? We did. Oh, gosh. Just think about the cost that we're incurring right now. Yikes. Yoicks. Alright, that's done. Intermetallics. Limestone. Okay, so that gets Tuuphra plantations done. I don't even know what we need for the Tuuphra. We got so sidetracked. We were doing other things. We needed incubators, solid separators. Can't be right. That can't be right. We need 55 plantations to get 0.5 Tuuphras per second. Why are they so damn expensive? That is insane. That's like insano levels of expensive. How big are they? They're medium for, I mean, they're kind of average to small for like alien life size. You know, they're about the same as a Kickout. No, they're smaller than Kickout. Maybe a Moondrop? Yeah, they're Moondrop size. Ralasia. Ralasia is actually smaller than that. But yeah, smaller than Seaweed. Smaller than Kickout. Anyway, so I'm not gonna want 50 of them, but... So what do I knock this build down to? Like 0.4? Seems pretty doable. Okay. Oops. So we make our wish list. Gotta hit all the right buttons in the right order. So we go over to logistics, temp crafting A, and we want 24 because I want even numbers. We want 1 botanical nursery. Really wish E would enter. And I know people, there is an option. You can turn off formula or multiple formulas in these windows, but then formulas are off and I can't do like 60 times 40 kind of stuff, which I like to be able to do that. I just don't care about E. I don't need scientific notation here. Like, I can add 5 zeros if I need 5 zeros. I don't need one E5 to save me that. I know there are edge cases where E would be useful, but E being enter is going to be useful in like 95 to 99% of cases. And E actually being scientific notation might be useful in 1% or less of cases. So it just, again, it does feel like sometimes Factorio has features that are like, yeah, I could see how that's useful, but that's actually anti-useful like most of the time. And this is one of those cases. All right, I don't need the pump jacks. I don't need the alg plantations. High pressure furnace. Could I? It'd be so cool if I could. Yeah. I wish you could. Apparently Factory Planner has a feature where it gets all of those and puts them into a constant combinator. That would be a sweet feature for Hellmod. Alas, it does not exist. All right, so temp crafting A is set up. So now we need to enable this. And then it should fire up the things that we have, but we also don't have incubators or solid separators. So can we even make incubators? We need gasifiers. We need titanium. Oh, air core inductors. Wait, we already did that, right? Yeah, I did air core inductors. Wait. Titanium? I don't think we've put titanium over here yet. Titanium plate. 600. Again, doing the thing. Krydax, come on, wake up. Yikes. All right, titanium plate. I don't know, we'll do 300 in there. Here comes more Duralumin. Expensive stuff. All right, and then solid separator would go in here. Wait, what did I remove from this? Oh, shoot. You guys remember what I removed? Oh, it was the fluid mining drill. This guy. Okay, and then we want solid separators. Let's do 5. I generally don't need tons and tons of them. And what's the recipe for those bad boys? All stuff that we have. Oh, kind of expensive, but it's all stuff that we have. So no worries on that. And the titanium should get here any moment, and then that'll be done. Okay, we need to keep working on glass. That was kind of our big thing that we got sidetracked on. So glass. I don't even have a glass, whatchamacallit, block here. Oh, wait, I do. Whoops. Right here. My B. So what's the most current thing that I have available? Add recipe for glass. I don't really know, because the molten glass, we've got powder quartz crushed. Okay, I'm just gonna need to look at the most recent. So we are on stage 2, which is the 3rd stage, because it starts at stage 0. And we're looking to use powdered quartz. So the various levels are not using anything, using sand, which is an absurd amount of sand, but it boosts your glass by 50%, and then using just crushing of quartz. Wait, what am I doing? Oh gosh, what have I done? I think my brain just broke. I think that's what I meant to do. Yeah, sorry. Okay, so using just sand with regular quartz gets you 37.5. Crushing the quartz gets you 45. And then finally, we need to look at what does powdering the quartz get you. There we go. I don't know what was going on with my brain. We flip this around, and then we say 15 quartz ore. And then we just look at the molten glass output, and it's 75. Okay, so obviously that's the best. It's triple the output of if we just use regular quartz, and also uses a lot less fluid fuel, which is nice. But yeah, I actually want to like utilize the molten glass to make things. So we need empty petri dishes, we need glassware and with boron trioxide support. Maybe? We would need 1 boron trioxide per glassware. Glassware production is like 9 a minute when we need it at full speed. Boron trioxide production is $60 a minute. That's more than enough. Well, that's assuming those are running full time. Are those running full time? Yeah, they could be. I can easily scale this up too. Okay, so yeah, let's say we use the boron trioxide then, because that saves us on rubber, which is a pretty big deal. Which means it saves us on Vraux, and I'm pretty sure the boron trioxide is easier to make than the Vraux are. That much I'm pretty sure of. So then I think what we want to do as far as scaling goes, probably just turn this upside down and enter manual outputs for these things. Like for glass, I will do enough to use a full belt. The other ones I'll just manually enter. So like maybe 1 glassware a second would be the most I'd need. What about optical sets? How many of those have we needed? Optical sets. We've never needed more than 2 a minute, maybe 3 a minute. Okay, so 1 building making each of those is fine. I will do like 3 buildings making petri dishes, because those sometimes we need more of. So this is, I think, my final amount. And then this takes quartz in, and we need sand. No, that's pure sand. Oh my god, that's a lot of pure sand. Wait, no, sorry, it's not. We don't need all of this. Well, I need to scale this down to like, what, 40%? 40 divided by 69.601 times 25. Divided by 74.999 times 75. Perfect. Okay, so that's how much we actually need. And I mean, I could get some of the sand back from crushing the stone and gravel, but not much. Oh dear. Is this tenable? Holy crap. This seems a little bit like maybe I don't want to do this. Jeez. So much pure sand. What if I just do the crushed quartz version? Because that doesn't require any sand at all. Shift click that to move it up 5 rows. Now where did it go? This one. So what if... I would need more quartz, but then I don't need any of this sand. I mean, that almost seems better to me. I can just go mine more quartz and put it on trains and not need to make all that sand. I don't know. Because this is only going to need, you know, some small percentage of it. 43%. And then I only need 25 quartz instead. That amount of sand is just not worth it. I think they should rebalance that. That almost seems like that would never be worth it. Unless you're like extremely hard pressed for glass. Like, and fluid fuel. Because you do save a little bit on the fluid fuel and glassworks a little bit. But you saw how much sand we needed. I needed like 30 soil extractors for the soil for that. And you do get some sand as byproducts from other things, but not that level of sand. You don't get that level of sand on accident. So that seemed a bit extreme. Obviously we're not making all of this, so the hot air doesn't really, we don't need that much hot air. My hot air production looks like 150 is what we set up. So, should have enough for a while here. Okay. Change that icon to glass plates. There we go. And then, do we need to do anything else? I don't think so. So we'll pin that over here. And then we need jaw crushers in our bot mall. Look at this, it's so beautiful. Now we only have 6 Tuuphra plantations, so something's gone wrong. Oh, no, just kidding. Nothing's gone wrong. Oh no, something has gone wrong. Okay. Shoot. So if I'm requesting more of something, I need to boost... Oh God, what do I do? I could take... I think I do need to do the math on this. I had thought we didn't, but I forgot that, like, if I request extra, it's still not gonna matter. It's just gonna move all the items over here. That's all it's doing. It's not doing any requesting. So we need to add this constant combinator signal to this signal minus the overlaps. Which I already did something like that. What was it? This one? Minus the overlaps. So if I did, so I want to send this signal minus these requests. How do I do that easily? So these are extra requests. Or should they just be added? Should they just be fully added onto the requests? I think they should. Because if I'm already requesting some, yeah, you know what? Why don't we just add it in? Is that really that big of a deal? Because if I'm already requesting some to sit there constantly anyway, I'm gonna want those to still be there even after this gets built. Or we just don't request those in the first place, and then we do just add these in. Honestly, I think that's fine. Why are only a few of these buildings being set? I broke something. Uh-oh. Why is a whole section of my bot mall dead? Oh no. Uh-oh. Look at these wires. Could these wires be more horrible? I think I wired something up wrong here. Output of flag goes to output of flag. Goes to output of flag. No, that actually looks right. Oh wait, now they're running. Wait, what was happening a second ago? Weird. gotta have something to do with the ascending versus descending situation. Is my guess. Okay, anyway, I need more logistics bots, and we need glass works. So at least for now, I will change... Oh, here's another annoyance about map view. You cannot get to your logistics inventory. That's actually kind of annoying. I can just add it here, of course, but if you wanted to mess with like your whatchamacallit, 20 of those, 5 jaw crushers. Okay, actually, jaw crushers though I do want to be in the normal system. Probably 10 of them. Okay, that's gonna take a while to make everybody happy. So let me see if we can grab more logistics bots. And what am I doing? Not driving. I'd like to be training. Training my way down south. And we will grab, hopefully, some more Logibots. Is Intermetallics running again? It is. Okay. Good. Nexolite plates. They're not doing great. But Nexolite ore has resumed full production. Okay. So there's not much more I can do about that. And I don't think we have Nexolite stage next, do we? Nope. And we don't for a long time get better. I mean, this is all the Nexolite we get. So really, like, tailings turning into Nexolite is kind of a big deal. I probably should be utilizing our copper tailings. It's kind of funny. I have it all set up. What was it over here? Right here? Oh, that's a lot of soot. I could pipe the tailings all the way over there if I wanted to use them. Is that worth it? How many tailings a second are we talking from copper? I mean, it's a lot. Wait, no, it's not. Sorry. No, it is a lot. Yeah, it's 281 if we're using, you know, the full copper, which is almost 1 Nexolite ore by itself. Now that I look at it that way, that seems pretty valuable. So let's find a way to connect this over. And I don't want to do a whole new setup, so I won't. But we'll at least, we'll bring this over. I'll do shift that up by 1, shift that up by 1. Overflow valve on 90. Oh, by the way, someone pointed out in a YouTube comment a potential problem that we're gonna have. Ugh, still doesn't quite reach all the way. A potential problem we're gonna have is that I have the Vrauk situation improperly balanced, because this thing is a 90% overflow, but I have the Vrauks set to stop running when I'm at 95% of the formic acid that I want. Oh, shoot. Wait. But what's the amount? Oh, no. This is fine, because the amount that I'm outputting is 150,000. Yeah, okay, we're okay. We must have just sent a train shipment. Like just now. Because this thing is empty. Yeah, no, this is fine. I'm sorry, I don't remember commenters' names because I read the comments and then it's the next day that I'm usually making the video, and at that point it's lost on me. But yeah, this is measuring, basically we'll have 100% of the formic acid that we want when we have 150,000, which will be long before this building gets to 90%. So, because 90% of this is going to be 18 less than 180, which is like 162,000. So we should be fine. So it will not ever overflow unless it's like well over 100% of what we want over here. So that should all work fine. Anyway, back to piping tailings over to way down there. The good news is these red ones are just really making my life easier. So that helps. I do kind of want them to be lined up still with these ones. I'm gonna keep going across all the way to... Oh yeah, we need to go way over. We'll go all the way over to this guy. All right, we've made it. And now tailings get linked up right here. Oh, I lost it. Where are they? Here, this one. This one to this one. Oh, perfect. Overextended. That's not maybe surprising. But where? Right here is where it claims. Okay. There we go. And then this can process 500 tailings a second, so that's not an issue at all. Alright, so now copper usage should hopefully result in some free Nexolite. There we go. We had that on our list even, didn't we? Boom! Utilize tailings from copper. Feels good. We just did a checklist item without even meaning to it. Without even meaning to do it. I don't know what happened with my sentences there. And PyScience still isn't running. That doesn't sound right. We just fixed it. Or we just saw a formic acid shipment. Is there something more sinister going on here? So, Vrauk production is still going up. Formic acid. We haven't made any in over an hour. Those spikes are when Vrauks actually get shipped out. I guess Arcads are eating some Vrauks too is part of the problem, maybe? They're still running, by the way. I'm kind of surprised. Honestly, when I came over here, I was like 90% sure the wasps would not be doing anything. So the fact that they're running is very surprising. And we've got 114 maggots built up. No eggs built up, but they're in the form of maggots. Maggots are like processed eggs, so that's costing me a bunch of Vrauks I guess that's part of the problem. And the Vrauks are being requested with a request threshold of 5. And these are being requested. Well, it's a round robin system. Is it only round robin if the requests are the same amount? Because this is requesting Vrauks as well. But it's requesting 3 stacks of them. So this one should actually get Vrauks first in all cases. Right? You think so? It's really a bummer we didn't get lucky on the Vrauk 2s because we kind of need them. And yet we're not getting them. I guess I could add another repro complex for eggs. Maybe? Somewhere in this mess. I don't even know where I would put it. It just feels like we're not actually making Vrauks. I know we are. Because these are all running. I mean, what I think is happening is also the rubber prioritization is all jacked up. And so maybe I can make it so that the latex, the, what's it called? Formic acid? Gets pumped. Where is the formic acid even showing up? That's hot air. Yo, have I gone mad? Apparently. Wait, where's my formic acid request? You know what? It's not worth it. We'll find it this way. I don't know why it doesn't default to the surface being noticed. What's going on? Oh, there we go. Oh no, I didn't name it. Formic acid. Hot air metals. FR? It's FR? Fluid request. And the crap fluid provide. Oh, the formic acid's being requested here too. Ah, right. Oh, this is the formic acid tank. I was looking at it the whole time. Alright, so anyway, that's getting requested. And then let's follow this where it goes. Follow. Alright. So it goes to here. Then, what we could do is have a sneeze, excuse me. And then what we could do is overflow right here. So that way we send formic acid over to science first. This gray color is so hard to see on limestone. So that comes down here. And there is still a tank. Okay, that's what I was wondering about. I think I want to remove the tank. So let's go down there and remove that, and then we'll probably call it an episode here. I know we still have a lot to get done, but gotta stop sometime. All right, so then that should get formic acid prioritized towards. I guess there's not much storage though in this. You know what? Maybe I will do. Yeah, you know, okay, I rescind my previous statement. I will hook this up. But I will have the overflow on 10%. So they're just, if there's a few thousand, maybe I'll do it on 20%. So I think I see what's been happening here. I see what's happening here. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna leave that at like 30 or 40%. Because the Vrauk waves are very slow. And right here, we can consume way more formic acid than we could ever make. In terms of per second. So we're consuming like all of our formic acid really quick. And then we're not leaving any for science production to trickle through. So if we have a 40% overflow, that will mean that there should be a decent stockpile for science to trickle for a while in between the waves of Vrauks. At least that's my hope. We'll see if that actually functions. How's the bot mall carrying on? Oh, it's done? No way. No way, it's not done. That's a lie. Why is that saying it's done? Oh, I guess that's not saying it's done because we're double negating the ones that are in progress. Is that right? Wait, what? Why are the requests not set? Oh. There we go. That needs to be a different channel. Green was being added together with that one. Okay, there we go. Oh my gosh, it made all this stuff for us. We don't have to handcraft everything and run around and collect ingredients. Oh my god, this is amazing. Okay, this was so worth it. All of this was so worth it. And yes, there's still a lot more steps to be done. Like, we still have a lot more to add in, but oh my god, was it so worth it. And it's working. It's actually working. It's really scary to see all that Duralumin. Oh my god, 100 Duralumin? I didn't realize they cost 100 Duralumin each. Oh, jeez. Oh no, look at all the Duralumin leaving our body. That's a lot of Duralumin. It's okay. It's okay. I have aluminum and copper automated well. I might just need another smelter here, to be honest. Anyway, so I think we're gonna call that an episode, and I guess we need to make more glass. That needs to be first on the list, and then we'll work on more Tuuphra. Man, we're getting stuff done one step at a time. I also want to add electric boilers. Add electric boilers and venting stuff to bottom. We'll do that in the next episode. As always, thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you think down in the comments, and I'll see you all in the next one.